Okay, we started off this campaign by selling some of our outlying regions. We made Bavaria protectorate, took some of the regions in the south and let them rebel, pushed into Italy, taking Venice, and then pushing to the south, made Italian states a protectorate, and did I somehow forget to mention, we're at war with everyone. Let's get to it. Okay, welcome back everyone to the channel. This is David once again with Fairmare's Rangers, and yeah, we just took over Genoa. We got that secured. Now we've fixing some stuff up, going on our next intern, and we'll see what goes down here. Prussia looks like they're coming after Bavaria, so we're gonna have to protect our protectorate. Okay, we're about to crank into 1706 after this intern, as it's 1705, the winter of. So we're cranking right along. We got quite a bit of Polish troops in Hungary. Like I said before, I do expect Hungary to be pretty much our battleground. I don't expect much growth happening out of that region. Kind of unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. And Venice is running amok in the south. We'll have to take care of them eventually. It looks like Bavaria just got their little butts beat, so they got a pretty damaged army that's going to be in Bavaria to protect themselves. So luckily we do have that army there. Hopefully it should be enough to help defend them if they're laid in siege. We'll see how that goes down. In the meantime, we are dealing with just around 3,000 in income from that intern. We still have a little bit of ways to go before the south of Italy and Naples is fixed up. And obviously we got some work to do to fix up our regions we just took in Milan and in Genoa. Luckily, Venice is looking good. We'll see if we can get an assassination here. This guy did assassinate the general in Genoa. We'll see if he can get it. Now he gets bit. He gets got. He's done. Well, at least he killed one general for us. The short life of a spy. Right now, as we upgrade some of these buildings, our biggest concern is going to be dealing with this Prussian army. It's a pretty good army up there. Now, they are going to be a little bit damaged, but how much damage have they taken is the big question. And I'm sure this intern will find out, as Spain is dropping off an army over there, unfortunately, in Naples. That looks like they're ready to take that back from us, so we'll have to do something to prevent that. We'll see what we can do there, because our army is in the north of Italy, and I don't really have the resources to build another army right now. We got another problem with a pretty decent little army coming to face us off over here in Hungary. From Poland, Lithuania, Russia is now doing a blockade. Pretty much everybody is blockading our trade. Luckily, we're not doing much of it. Most of our trade is by land with our two protectorates. Obviously, all of it is by our two protectorates, as all the rest of the nations we're at war with. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. Okay, so we got to deal with these Spanish invasion here in Naples. So we're going to try and sell off this region to the Italian states. They do buy it for 6,000, so that's a pretty nice little buy for us. I'm kind of wishing I asked for more now. That gives us almost 10,000 in income right now, which is pretty nice considering we've been hurting for money. And that does prevent us from losing it. But unfortunately, I guess the Spanish do still have land access from the Italian states. So we got to send somebody down there to deal with that. And hopefully they don't run through there and try to take over Venice with that Spanish army. Luckily, it's a small one. But I am wondering how many more Spanish armies are going to be dumped off on us. I mean, it's decent enough. Got more Prussians coming, so we got that problem. It looks like we got a fairly decent-sized French army in Bohemia that's building up. And then we got a Prussian army over here close to Hungary, as well as the Polish-Lithuanians. So we're starting to get surrounded here pretty quickly. And it looks like Savoy is building up quite fast, so we don't want that to become a big problem, so we're going to have to deal with Savoy here pretty quick. I don't want them continually building up troops, because they will. They're going to just continually start churning out troops, as will all these nations, so we got to start whittling these guys down, and unfortunately that means us spending money on more resources, which would be our troops. I'm going to start throwing my research more towards developing our military tech, as that's going to be pretty important for us at this point of the campaign. And yeah, things are looking pretty tight right now. Pretty decent little army that the French have built there. I have recruited up a pretty sizable army here. So we'll see what we can do with this situation. They do have quite a bit in Silesia as well. So we're in the turn. I really need Prussia to attack Bavaria and not us attack them in the field. I need Bavaria with as much protection as possible. You know, I can take them in the field, but not with that small army. So they have laid siege to Bavaria. Hopefully they don't just hold the siege and Bavaria attacks out. Let's just hope that they don't. Let's hope they maintain the siege and force the Prussians to try to scale the walls. Yeah, a lot of blockading going on here. Okay. All right, so it looks like Bavaria has done what we didn't want them to do. They're sallying out, and you can see they have actually 2 line infantry, so at least they got that, but not much else good. So here we're jumping into the battle, trying to take out this artillery behind the Prussian lines, and you can see most of the Prussian forces are off over to the left as Bavaria has sallying out on this, and we're going to try and get our forces over there to assist the Bavarians as much as possible. I do want to take out this artillery, though. Not doing great at shooting them. Darn Pandoras are terrible. But maybe if we creep closer, we can get better shots. We're going to speed this up slightly. Between the 3 of them, my God, they got to be able to take them out. So they're bouncing shots right down my line. All right, that's nice. Got them down to 12. Let's keep moving forward. We got to get over there because Bavaria is going balls to the walls over there towards the Prussians. And like I said, I got a small force, but we're going to have to make the most out of them. Got this darn artillery only down to 10, but the Bavarians are coming up behind us, so they should be able to take them out from there. Looks like their little citizens are going to jump into them, which is good because I haven't even busted down half their strength. I only got them down to 9. All right, they've routed. Let's go ahead and let the citizens take them out. They're down to 3 now. So we're going to speed this up, and we're going to get over there. The Bavarians are just throwing their units at the Prussians. Hopefully we can get over there before all of Bavaria is dead. That would be ideal, because I don't want my 4 line infantry just getting beat down going up against them. So let's see if we can get over there. While there's still some Bavarians there to at least be a meat shield for us. You can see they're hauling it over, which we might have to step up our pace a bit. But I don't want to be worn out by the time we get there either. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm taking the downslope of the hill, which means if Bavaria does lose and lose fast, then I'm going to be on the downslope of this hill, which can only mean disaster. But it's a risk I'm wanting to take, because hopefully we can drop the Prussians' morale by surrounding them here. That's the route and the goal I'm taking here, if you're wondering. It's risky, but hey, I'm willing to take the risk right here. I think speed is the effort, as we see another Bavarian route off the battlefield. If we can get that cav taken out of it, I think we'll be in good shape. The Pandoras are really not going to be much use in this, unfortunately. We are now setting up and getting some shots in on the Prussians. I should say take some of the attention off of the Bavarians. And again, a lot of these Bavarian troops are pretty low morale, which is not necessarily ideal for us. Luckily, I haven't taken any damage with my lines to this point, as they are focusing on the Bavarians, and there are a lot of them are in melee with them. Okay, starting to get some shots in there. We got a Prussian line that just broke with 70 men, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and close in on the Prussians. Okay, maybe we can take out this cav right here. Come on, guys. Okay. Keep closing in. We almost got the Prussians completely surrounded here. Without getting shots, I'm more interested in getting them surrounded, because the morale drops will be more beneficial for us. Let's go ahead and move over. This pretty much puts them completely surrounded. They're really starting to break. I think as mass routes coming, and we can hopefully run down quite a bit of these men, so a lot of these Prussians don't come back, because they are, yeah, they're gone. They're done. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so that worked out way better than I thought. We didn't lose any of our line infantry at this point. So very, very nice. Okay, so with that battle, oh, nice. There's only one unit left out of that army. So that's very nice. It looks like the, looks like the Westphalians have a pretty big army, but it looks like they might be at war with United Provinces, because they just got pretty badly damaged there. So that would be ideal if the United Provinces does get knocked out by, or does knock out the Westphalians, because they have quite a bit of men. We're at war with them, and I don't want to see a bunch of Westphalian troops coming over dealing with what we're trying to do here. I think the Dutch would be a lot better scenario, because they're going to be at war with France and Spain. And I don't believe the Westphalians are. All right, so still have this rebel army we got to deal with, which will bump them out in just a moment. We've got these line infantry we're bringing to kind of defend against the Spanish army. But we're going to bring him over here. The most important thing right now, I think, is knocking out Savoy. I think we can deal with the Spanish coming up soon, but Savoy, before they get any stronger, I think is the more beneficial path for us. And I think there's a path to do this, and we'll go over that in a second. Starting to get some grenadiers in, which is great. Going to be our best unit, and honestly our best path forward at the moment until we start getting rank fire and such. All right, so I'm getting concerned with what we're looking at here between the Prussians, the French, up to our north, and then we also have the Polish-Lithuanians. But the one thing is Poland and Prussia are at war with each other, so that is at least one good thing. So maybe they'll bump each other off as they come for Hungary. Right now, it looks like Poland and Lithuania is just content to damage my buildings in Hungary, which I'm okay with, as long as they're not dealing with Austria. Okay, so we're now dealing with this rebel army. I think we can easily knock them out, so we'll just go ahead and fight this battle real quick. Hopefully we can wipe them out to 100%, but we'll see what happens here. I'm just holding the walls. They don't really have any really strong units. They're all pretty junk, so we should be able to take them down fairly quick. All right, and I think this battle is pretty much over with. As you can see, they're starting to rout out. You're just going to see me starting to run down these units with my cav. I'm going to see if I can get them knocked down to 100%. Hopefully my cav isn't completely worn out by running these guys down. So I think we can edit out the rest of this battle because it's pretty obvious that this one is over with at this point, because we'll just shoot down that militia, which will take about another 12 minutes. I don't think you want to sit through that. So, yeah. All right, so we only lost 6 men in that. Nice. There is just a little bit left that I couldn't run down with the cav, so we'll have to run them down. Sadly, I wish I could have been able to. They were just scattered all over the place. All right, so you can see our tech has come along fairly okay, considering it's just our income isn't really doing much. I want to finish off this remnants of these rebels, so we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Not as depleted as I would have liked, but I'll resolve that. Lost 56 men. Okay. And unfortunately, that did slow me down from attacking Savoy, because I think I did have Savoy split up into 2 armies that would have been ideal for me to attack them at that point. But because of that rebellion army, it made me hesitate, which is probably going to cost me a couple turns to attack in Savoy, because I got to replenish now. And this is great, except for that's not. The great part is Poland and Prussia whittling themselves down, but the Prussians retreating into my territory, not so much. And then, okay. At least they killed a little bit more of them for me, but I still have to deal with that remnant force. Hopefully they killed the vast majority of them. Okay. Westphalia is still hanging in there. Okay, got rid of them. Only took a little bit of damage. I do want to punish up the grenadiers. I don't want them down too many men. United Provinces have been taken out by the Westphalians. So that happened. So that was not the result I wanted at all. I would have preferred that United Provinces had won that fight. But not everything is always going to go to plan. So at some point we're going to be dealing with Westphalian troops coming over to try to take out Bavaria and Württemberg and so on and so forth. I really want Bavaria to start building up here. Knights of St. John just don't want me trading anything. Italian states went a little psycho there, just doing nothing. Wish they would stay in their fort. Okay, so yeah, we're not making much at all. Not even 3,000. All right, we got to deal with Savoy. Unfortunately, they got 8 light infantry now. Quite a bit of cav, but we're going to have to deal with this. I've got at least the line infantry to match them. I just got to be careful how I fight this battle, but I'm pretty confident we can get this done. I'll leave my demi cannons behind. Go ahead and lay siege there. We'll send over some more troops. We'll just see which ones we'll send. I'm going to give myself as strong of fighting odds as possible. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good there. Just counting out the matchup. All right, so we're 2 turns away from having our carabiners, which will be nice. We'll switch that from those crappy cav we have now. Something a little bit better. It's fairly cheap, too. And they shoot while mounted, which is great. All right, Prussia. They're really building up over here. They're bumping the Polish into Berlin, thankfully not into our area. So, pretty sizable Polish force now in Hungary. Should they just get it over with and attack? All right, so it looks like we're going to be fighting this battle. Battle for Savoy here. And we'll get to this. I think we just got to take this a little cautious. It's pretty fairly matched. All right, so moving forward, you can see that they got this general's bodyguard over here on our flank. We'll move some troops over. I don't want them waiting until they have all the rest of their cav and everything else coming over. So I'm sending these depleted units over. I don't really care about them anyway too much. Just want to instigate a fight. You can see all those cav over there on the top right of the screen. Okay. So since my men over there are so depleted, it should take them a minute for them to whittle through, as my artillery is over here trying to whittle down their men over here. So just getting some nice shots in, and we're starting to waver that general. He's down half strength, as the rest of their units are just... Yep, there he goes. He's gone with 12 men, which probably could come back from, but we'll go ahead and move back. Went ahead and moved up the Pandurs. They crept up hidden, and we'll get some shots in on these lines. They do have 90 range, so that is one thing that's good about them. We'll get some pop shots on their line infantry over here. Moving back, try to instigate fight, which it does. Boy, are they coming. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can prepare ourselves for this little influx of Savoyans. I don't know how you would say their name. Getting some shots in on their cav coming in. First one is wavering. They got quite a bit more coming. So everything they're hitting me with on the left is going to be cav. Getting shots head in on them. And all their infantry is coming in on the right. They still have more units over by the fort as well, but they're too far back to really make a difference. Haven't really killed much of that unit. Okay, they're going into my little cannon fodders. It gives me time to roll some units over. Got another cav that just broke. That's good. And you might be wondering, why aren't you using your cav? That's because I want them there to run down these troops. I don't want to waste my cav. Okay, we're going to envelop them on the right. Canister shot him in the center. You can see here we have them held up pretty well in our little cannon fodder units. They are starting to break, but they're holding out pretty darn good. Okay. I think things are going along pretty good. You see that they got the rest of their troops coming in over on the left over there at the top, the center of the screen. And you can see we're starting to get some damage to him quite a bit in the center with the canister shot. They got another unit coming up on the right, folding back to meet that. They only have one cav left. See if we can concentrate all of our fire on them. Actually came out of this fairly clean on the left. I think we're looking pretty darn good. Get the cav ready to go ahead and start running down some of these men. Fold the left back. Cav is still hanging out, but he's almost dead. And we got the breakage going in on this right flank. It's almost completely gone. You have a cav that is hitting us on the right flank over here. So a couple more units left to kill off in the center. Cav on the left is gone. Let's go ahead and get set up. We'll fold back. Let them push into overwhelming forces. Okay, nice. We got some really good breakage going now. All right, they're going into the woodland. I think we can push this cav out now to run them down. Let's go ahead and stop that artillery so don't shoot our own men. Move that line infantry up, provide cover fire, and then push them over to the woodland as we got them pretty much taken out. There's 2 units, but we'll send the Pandurs to help that line infantry. I think that should be plenty and enough to deal with that. One of those returning cav units is hitting us on the left. We should be able to deal with him fairly easily. So he is broken. We're going to push forward. It's a citizen there, so it's not much to worry about there. And hopefully we can encircle all these Savoyans in the woodland over here. Got my cav running down the remnants of these troops. Let's keep our Pandurs over here shooting down this line. Got another one that's breaking. Hopefully. Wavering. Yep, broke. So just one left on the right. And the holdouts in the woodland. Another one about to break. Come on, break. Yeah, we're going to anticipate him breaking. Should break when we run through him. We'll just anticipate that. Okay, he's almost done. Taking all that fire from 4 units and doing well for him. Continually running them down with the cav. Don't want any of them returning. Got to get rid of this unit. Okay, working in the encirclement. It's a bit mudded and confused in here. Should break, darn it. There he goes, finally. ahead and get them set back up. I don't know that anybody is doing much damage to anybody in this woodland. This should be enough to completely encircle them here, so... yeah, they should start giving way here one by one, two by two, even more. Give up the fight, Savoy. Your time is over. Okay, and that's pretty much that. We're cleared all over here. Still got the cav over there running down troops. All right, we're going to go ahead and compress this encirclement a little bit more. All right, the encirclement is complete. 5 units left to break. One of them's about to. There we go. That's the general. That should force everyone else to give way. And this battle should be over with. Well, they sure are wanting to hang out, aren't they? Give up the fight. We got one wavering. All right, bunch of them starting to blink like Christmas. That should be the last one going there. That should be the battle. Nice. This was a pretty fun battle there. You can see the results. Killed 1,500, only lost just over 300. Alrighty. Looks like we are finishing up this intern. Savoy, or not Savoy, Westphalia is now making their way for Bavaria. So we got more problems coming. I just got 4 line infantry there now, because I sent the rest of them over there to Savoy. So that's not ideal. Bavaria, I don't know what you're doing. You need to step it up. Let's go ahead and finish off Savoy. We're just going to go ahead and take them out. We'll take the region. That brings us up to 4,000 turn, which is a lot better than where we have been. That's not even with the building being fixed up yet. So that's nice. We do have a Spanish army over there just close to Savoy, so I'm sure we're going to deal with Spain and France wanting to come and take Savoy. But at least that's a good place to go ahead and defend at until we get ready to push on the new area, which I think that might be time to push south to take out Venice and Moria and maybe go ahead and claim these regions south of us that went rebel. But we'll see how that goes. Maybe we can go all the way, push to Istanbul. As you can see, the tech's coming along fairly well. And yeah, see if we could do some trade here, execute some trade to get some of this stuff. Maybe we can get some of these early so we can or get some cash, something out of it. Anything is better than nothing. Okay, so we do gain 1,000 for that tech. Trade with the Italian state, see if we can get a little bit of cash as well. That gives us another 1,000. The more money, the merrier at this point. Gives us money to invest in some of our buildings, so we're not sitting here dealing with public order, and also we're making more income off of these buildings as well, or off these regions. Because all these northern Italian regions will become very wealthy. It's just a matter of building them up, which they're not bad off as it is. They're way better than these ones over here north of the Ottoman Empire, anyways. And the, what do you call it, the Balkans. Or the... Okay, so France has got their army coming down. Darn French. Okay, so we're going to be dealing with that. That's a little worrisome, to say the least. So we're gonna need to do something about that. Because if we got France attacking us and also Prussia and Poland, Lithuania coming from the north, they'll eventually start wrecking all of our buildings in Austria, and that will spell doom for our campaign. We don't want that. And yeah, I think this is a good place to end the video for this episode as we see what goes down here. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also don't forget, become a member and you get early access to these videos. As always, we'll see you on the next one.